just like all of you that have done it. And she has built her business and holds the highest title in the career plan. Our National Executive Director, Nancy Jo Ryan.
And I just want to share that when I started this, my best friend, 4 doors down from me, didn't want to do it because I found out just last year, she didn't think it was good enough for her because she had her master's degree. And she said, look at where you're at and look at where I'm at. And she apologized. So go back to all those people that said no, that you know would be perfect for it. I'd like to take you back to September of 1986. Hopefully you were all born then, okay? This is the year that I made one profound decision that literally changed my life. My husband and I lived in a very small house with our 2 young children. And at that time, I was a stay-at-home mom, and much of my time revolved around taking care of our little boy, Richie, who was very ill. We had racked up a huge debt for medical bills that the insurance company didn't pay, and there was no extra money in our Christmas budget that year for presents for the kids. The more I was looking for was just a little extra money so there would be something under the tree for those babies. It was at this time that I first looked into direct sales. And a good friend of mine who understood our situation and knew my heart told me about the Pampered Chef show she had attended. And she said it was the best evening she spent away from her family, encouraging her in her family. So without ever having seen a show, I joined the Pampered Chef. And I can honestly say that my friend's assessment was absolutely true. I believe that the financial success I've received from my business is a result of something much deeper though. As I look back and assess my life and career choices, I can see how God has used this business to meet some of the deepest longings of my heart. One was having a desire to encourage other women to become successful through life's challenges. I had been through a couple of tough ones, and I wanted to help others. I thought that need would have been met through a church ministry. And I'd been praying for that. And yet God in his wisdom showed me how the Pampered Chef could be used to accomplish this very work. The second longing of my heart came from being raised in a big Italian-Irish family where family mealtime was always important and guests were always welcome. There were 7 in our family, but most of the time there were at least 10 chairs at that table. There was always people there for dinner. Those wonderful childhood memories have instilled in me a love for cooking, serving, and entertaining. The Pampered Chef provided the perfect landscape for me to plant myself and grow as a person and as a business entrepreneur. Over the past 25 years, I have learned many things, and I would like to share 4 key practices that will help you build a strong business that is both personally and financially satisfying. Anybody want to be financially satisfied? Okay. Put these principles into practice and they will help you succeed and achieve your more. I'm going to be using the word more as an outline. M, make a plan. You've probably all heard the saying, when you fail to plan, you plan to fail. No one wants to create a plan that will fail. Nobody. So when you go home today, review all that you have learned and select those practices that you know you need to improve upon. Create a plan and then work that plan. Post your goals someplace where you can see them and revisit your plan whenever you need to be re-energized yourself. O is for own it. Once you have that plan, take ownership of it. you will work harder for yourself than for any other employer. This is your business and your future we're talking about here. Just ask yourself each day, what am I going to do today to work my business and accomplish my goals? We all start out with the same starter kit, the same training opportunities. It's up to you how you will utilize these things. When you stay focused and determined, you won't lose heart. R is for recruit. Recruiting is definitely a key element in creating a strong base for your growing business. And the beauty of it is, it's one of the best things you can offer to someone else and receive a benefit yourself. In the first 2 months, I didn't recruit anyone because in my mind, I wasn't staying. I was just doing this for that Christmas money. The Christmas presents were paid for, wrapped, and under the tree. But then in January, I decided I loved the Pampered Chef and I wanted to stay. I built my business on 2 nights a week. Within the first 3.5 weeks of making that decision in January, I had 5 women accept my offer to join me with this opportunity. I was just overflowing with passion and enthusiasm, and I couldn't help just bubble over and invite everyone I knew to this business. I didn't prejudge anybody because if an accountant could do this, anybody can do it. When I look at my downline roster today, I see the names of so many people who have accepted the same invitation over the years. And when I think about the individuals that I personally recruited, people like Senior Executive Director Marie Friday, and National Executive Directors Chris Mannion and Darla Ullman, I can't help but wonder, how would their lives be different today if I had not offered them the opportunity? How would the lives of all the people that they've helped to succeed be different today if they didn't offer the opportunity? There's a certain thrill that comes in watching others succeed and achieve their more, and I want you to experience that. E is for embrace the journey. There is great meaning in life and in business for those who are willing to embrace the journey. When you know your destination, learn to enjoy the path that leads there. I have found that I enjoy my journey more fully when I focus on those things that still are the desires of my heart, encouraging women and men to become successful by fulfilling the desires of their hearts and promoting the importance and joy of gathering around the table with family and friends. If you were to ask me how the Pampered Chef has changed my life over the past 25 years, who did know in 25 years? Oh. I could only say that my journey with this company has not only met, but exceeded every one of my expectations. The deepest longings of my heart have been revealed and fulfilled through the relationships I have made with the women and men in my organization and with those who have so graciously invited me into their homes to share our fabulous products and our amazing opportunity. I have traveled all over the world on the Pampered Chef incentive trips, and I've been able to share these adventures with my husband, my children, my sisters, and my mom. And I've made countless friends through those trips that will be forever friends. My Pampered Chef business has given my family many years of financial security, a stark contrast to that Christmas of 1986. Let me try again. A stark contrast to that Christmas of 1986. So what's your more? Do you know what it is? Where do you want it to take you? Because the opportunity is endless. My hope is that when you leave here today, that you feel encouraged, knowing that you have all the tools you need to become personally and financially successful through the Pampered Chef. And remember to put into practice the 4 key elements: make a plan, own it, recruit, and embrace the journey. What more could you ask for? Thank you.
Embrace it. I love your more. Make a plan. Own it. Own it. Recruit and embrace the journey. Oh my gosh, yes. We're just like, yes. What? Yes, we do. Well, thank you so much, Nancy Jo. I just so appreciate you sharing your amazing story. I mean, what really struck me was thinking about Marie and Darla, who I know so well, and Chris, and thinking about how their lives would be so different, their path. And sometimes you kind of wonder, God, it'd be so interesting to kind of see how different, right? And you have changed their lives in such an amazing way. So thank you so much. And they've changed yours, yes. And now we'd like to bring up National Executive Director Sherry Carr to the stage. Nancy Jo and Sherry.